Hi, I'm Yajali Jones.
And I'm Jessica Nussberger.
This is Blog 3, Interview Questions. Hello, what is your name and what do you teach?
Hi, my name is Mr. Lee, and I work in Fort Bend ISD.
How many years have you worked with Fort Bend?
I've worked there about 5 years, and this year makes my 6th year.
And what grade level are you currently working with?
Currently, I'm working with students in 4th grade. However, I do have past experience working with ESL students in 2nd grade also.
Are there any other languages that you're proficient
in? Spanish and French.
And what type of degree do you have?
Well, I have a master's in education administration, and I am ESL certified.
Awesome. Are there any advantages to knowing different languages?
I would say yes. It's been proven that bilinguals have like an added advantage when it comes to opening doors for professional experiences. And students who know English will have more opportunities to further develop themselves in their lives and careers.
Okay, so what's your role within the school district? What do you do?
Well, mainly I assist students who need further instructional time with their English. I help students who don't fully comprehend the English language as it is their second language. And in certain situations, I do in-class support, but I also offer the pull-out method for students who really struggle.
Okay. What would you do to identify top-notch qualities to be a successful ESL teacher?
I would say it's essential that you should be passionate about teaching, empathetic to the students' frustrations, and dedicated to helping others learn. And for that, you need to be proactive, you need to be patient, and have a sense of understanding that far transcends others.
Okay, so what's your motivation for teaching?
My motivation for teaching is working with students who need the assistance and ensuring that they have the best possible chance at achieving just as much as a regular student who speaks well English. That kind of gives me a sense of accomplishment. Even if I only help one kid at the end of the day, I know I've made a difference in helping that student's knowledge grow.
How effective do you find this program?
Well, the English as a Second Language program, the ESL program, it's a K through 12 program that ensures students who are identified as LEP students or limited English proficient students that they receive the assistance needed to reach high levels of English proficiency so that they can successfully access and benefit from the student for the total school program. The goal of it, the goal for every LEP student is to reach grade level proficiency in listening, speaking, reading, and writing.
Okay. Well, how does this Common Core guide your work with ESLs?
Well, my ESL instruction is content-based and aligned with the Common Core. I scaffold instruction to meet both the language needs of my ELLs, as well as the Common Core learning standards attached to the content.
Okay. If I were to walk into your ESL classroom, how would it look different from your non-ESL colleagues' classroom?
Well, first, students will be working on different products. Then there'll also be more visual aids and graphic organizers. There'll be music, chanting, and things of that sort. As a teacher, I'll be doing more explicit modeling, kind of slowing down my speech, repeating things, rephrasing things as well. So the unit will be paced differently. Also, there will be a greater focus on developing oral language as well as reading and writing. There might be some native language used as well.
So, okay, so for instance, if a colleague was to come to you and say that they believe that they have an ESL student that needs a referral, how do you respond to that?
Let's see. I would examine the classroom supports in place. Then I'll look at the student's past schooling experiences. I would examine the tier 1, 2, and 3 supports. I will look at the culturally responsive practices in place. And I would try to determine the student's performance in their native language.
What is your preferred ESL delivery model and why?
My preferred delivery, I like content-based because it supports student achievement. It allows for more collaboration, and it supports social emotional learning.
Okay, so what supports need to be put in place in order for you to be a successful ESL teacher?
I would say co-planning time. Being a part of grade planning, department meetings, that definitely helps. Having a dedicated workspace with walls for visual aids, anchor charts, and student work. and coaching. Having some communication in place with other teammates, like the teachers, and things of that nature.
Okay. What do you think will be the biggest challenges as an ESL teacher here, and what could you address the challenges with?
I would say making sure students have supports throughout their entire day, even when I'm not physically in the room. It'll be challenging for them. It'll be challenging, but I can embed strategies throughout the units. I can meet with classroom teachers, and I can share best ESL practices and conduct PDs as well.
Okay, so how can you ensure, like ESL teachers, that they're being understood? Like, how can you make sure, like, all teachers, period, are being understood?
Well, I believe the best thing teachers need is efficient command on the subject and an ability to convey their point across in an efficient manner. You have two choices to find out if students understand. The first, I believe, is you can ask if they understood what you're talking about, and this results in two possible and usually unsuccessful outcomes. You can have your students demonstrate their understanding, and you would then know what they understood and what they did not.
What has been your greatest success in working with ELS?
Making difficult content accessible through scaffolding and differentiation, and also building relationships with students and families. And also, I would say helping students reach their learning goals that I or the school set, and that goals that they set for themselves.
How do you feel like the ESL learners are assessed? Like with you, what do you do to make sure that they're either getting information or grasping what's going on in the program?
Well, personally, I use a lot of oral assessment. Some students are not able to visually comprehend reading the English language because